Hi there, my name is Juliet. Welcome to my channel, Intuitive Juliet. Gotta get the loopies right. Welcome to podcast episode number 14.
Welcome to Megadesk.
If you've watched The Office, you know what I mean. It's Megadesk. Welcome to the new decor. It's not perfect yet, but it's a start. Episode 14. This is to all the depressed people who have never loved before. Is that the right way to say it with the movie title? I don't know. We'll find out. To all the depressed people that have never loved before, I wanted to make a video for you because I am also one of those people. Yay! Have a round of applause for people who can't love themselves, who are unable to love themselves. Yay! It's so nice. But in all seriousness, it's such a disability to live with, isn't it? This is not the channel to, we are not going to find excuses for why we feel that way, but we are going to be aware that we feel that way, which is going to be the thing that is most important for healing, right? Very podcasty. Having a mug in an illogic place so that the decor looks better. Let me just close the window because you can actually this microphone is it's not actually a weird thing to say. It's a microphone. It's picking up the noise from outside. Let me just fucking folk. Yeah. Hello again. God. So not elegant. Okay, so I am going to... This is to be aware of that you feel this way. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter. Be confident, Juliet. You look beautiful. We have to be aware because we're like... I think that a lot of us just go through life without actually realizing what we do want and what we don't want. We just kind of beat the drum of what we don't want. And this can come in many forms, especially when you're depressed or I think that the more I go through my mental health journey and my spiritual journey, I actually got to realize how bad it was because of the difference that in the way that I feel now. It's so vastly different from when I was younger. The more I learn and realize that, the more I'm like, oh my God, it was so fucked up and so much. And I don't believe that is the same person. It isn't, but that's a different video. This is to all the depressed people who have never loved before. And by who have never loved before, I especially mean themselves. Because, wow, I can't... I'm at the point right now where I can't say that it sounds weird because it's like loving yourself is the most natural and normal thing to do, right? Why don't we just love ourselves? And we can say to people, just love yourself, just be confident, you're unique and you're special and you're amazing. But we can't with ourselves because of this voice that we have been for such a long time. As I said before, it's like... Today it dawned on me that with everything, because I'm a depressed person who has never loved before, I see not the worst in people, but I see the worst in people when it's about me. You know, like I feel like, oh, they have bad intentions, like I can't trust them. And I do trust a lot of people, but not, I would say, fully. You know, I still have a belief in place that I'm alone. I will end up alone. I will not be loved by anyone. And I think that's the thing that kind of, it stays with you when maybe you were really depressed. Because in my past, I was really depressed. In my past, I was really depressed and I thought there was no way out of it. And I thought that well, I said to my mom today, it's even a miracle that I'm alive today, because it was so bad. It was like I explained to my mom that I realized today that with everything, with every sort of growth or sort of when I finally grew a little bit in a direction, or I learned and I got rid of a bad behavior, I also then, with every single step that I would take, I would still then hear, maybe I would, okay, so I wanted to have a YouTube channel even from the age from when I was like 13 or 14 or whatever. And when I became like 19 or 20, I really thought about making a video. And then I finally did it, but then I would be paralyzed because I wasn't good enough. Okay, so then I actually made a YouTube video when I was like 24. But then I still heard, okay, so you did it, but you should be ashamed of yourself because of this and this. And then I started a business and I got a little bit of growth. And then it was like, oh, you're going to fail. It's like with every single step that I take, there's something that still is like, no. You can't, you won't, you will not, it won't work. And it's so weird because that's just like the thing with high, do you call it high functioning depression? It's like, it's every single aspect of your life gets defined by something bad, by fear, by anxiety. It's like there's no way out. Whenever you try to do something, there's no way out. You can't. Because of, your mind will come up with millions of reasons. And today, I finally realized, as I was speaking to some coworkers, I realized the voice that was in my mind, which was talking. And I was like, but this is not me. I already know the knowledge that would take me places. I already know that this is not me. I've watched a video about this. I know a technique on why not to do it, but I still hear it. Why is that? Why should I still suffer? And then it felt really uncomfortable to ignore or be indifferent to that voice and to just go and do what I wanted to do and to just think what I wanted to think. But it worked and I did it. And I was like, Dora, I did it. I did it. I don't know if that's the song in English, but in the Netherlands it was, het lukte, hoezee. So it might not even be that, but okay. But alas, I cannot and will not fact check it. This is not a podcast about fact checking. Right, I don't know where I was going to go with that. But it was so weird to finally kind of like not listen to that voice but to really notice and see, oh my God, it's me. Like, it's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's not Mario. It's me, Juliet. It's no one other than me who is preventing me from doing the things that I want and to listen to the voice that I want to listen to and to the positive things, But it was so. Today wasn't special. Today wasn't. Nothing more special happened than any other days. The only thing that actually happened today was that the power went out in like half of the town. So also in the store that I work at. So that was really, I was like, yes, oh my God. Because it's like, there's nothing like, it's kind of like, it's a nice job, but it's kind of like dull and boring. So it's kind of nice to just have something different, But that's the only thing that really happened. And I don't, but it got so sometimes, especially when you watch a lot of spiritual videos and a lot of mental health videos, like you've heard it all at some point, right? And sometimes there's a person that can really kind of like hit something in a really different way. You're like, oh my God. And then you go about your day or your life. Well, I can hear a fucking jet flying over or something. But it really doesn't you don't really implement it into your daily life. It kind of like gets, saved up in here and you're like, oh my God, yes, while you're watching the video or reading an article, and then, it kind of like passes and you're like back to your old self. But I think that's like the key to when you're a depressed person who has never loved before, and I mean yourself, is to really start recognizing that voice in your head that is just a voice. It's just in your head. It sounds like you and it feels familiar and it feels like you, but we forget that we're addicted to our emotions. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza says. We're addicted to the emotions of the past, and by feeling those emotions and by being in a state of, oh my God, by being in that feeling state from the past, you just literally create the past because your personality becomes your personal reality. Oh my goodness. Like that's the thing. And it really all comes down to not giving up. It really does. It's like persisting into that new person that you want to be and you want to do. Wow, I'm hearing my parents. Like, this microphone is, when it's on fucking air, it picks so much up, man. I cannot stress this enough, actually. This is the only time I've stressed it, but okay. But I cannot stress this enough. As if I've been saying it the whole time. Don't give up. Just persist. That voice that feels familiar, you're addicted to it. The body has just been feeling it for a long time. And there's a whole process in your body, chemical reactions all happening without you noticing, that create this stress or this anxiety or this feeling state that is negative. And we all know that stress is the cause of a lot of diseases or dis-ease. And when your body is in stress or anxiety or fear, it means that all of the bodily processes, they kind of shut down because you're in fear. It's like when there's a tiger and you have to run away, all of your energy goes to that. It doesn't go to the wounds that you have to heal them. But also it doesn't make space for positive thinking because you're in stress all this time. And it doesn't matter if you're not getting almost brutally murdered every single day. If you're in school and you feel like everything and everyone's a threat, I mean, I felt like that every single day, then you can take your bets that your body is in stress and your immune system is going down and you might get sick more often. I got a lot of headaches in the past, a lot of stomach aches, and it's not like a coincidence that even doctors, they recognize that stress is a cause for all of those, or like it doesn't really help. It might not be the cause of the causes, but having stress and also something that is already within you, it's not a great mix, and we really underestimate the effects of that. So when you've recognized this voice in your mind, you really have to start getting used to the idea that it's not you, and you don't have to think that. Because with every single thing that you do when you're depressed, and especially also if you're anxious, there's always going to be something. Remember that, because if I was afraid to do YouTube and be myself, I'm right now kind of breaking out of those things. Just want to give you an example. And right now, this is more of the time where I'm more myself online, because I used to be scared too of posting certain things on Instagram, like a video of myself. Sorry, I'm having I'm so tense. This is what I mean. Like, I've been so tense, but I'm not breathing properly. Okay. There's always going to be something. So with me, so I was doing YouTube, but then I was afraid to fully be myself. then it was, okay, I got that, but then I would be ashamed of something else. Then I felt like I was going to fail again. Like, it doesn't matter how right it feels. It's never going to end. It's never going to end until you decide it's an end right now. And this might sound really nice to you right now. And you're like, oh my God, I'm watching this video and it's really great. I'm feeling motivated. No, you don't have to feel motivated. You just have to know that you are allowed to feel good. Because as probably if you're a depressed person, you don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about the people around you. You don't feel good about the world. But especially it all starts with yourself. I'm saying that first because that's the thing that you need to focus on. Let everything else dissipate. It doesn't matter. It's gone from the world. Because if you close your eyes and you're dead, the world is gone. So everyone out there, or everyone is you pushed out. Nothing happens if you're not a vibrational match to it. This is where the mental health and the spirituality in my podcast, where they coalesce together. Okay, it's not just like, oh, this thing happened to me. No, it happened because you were a vibrational match to it. So if you change yourself, you change the world. It doesn't matter how not so much you believe it right now. It doesn't matter because it's just true. It's like what Bashar said. He says, it doesn't matter if you don't believe it. This is mechanically how things work. You know, when he explains things like how everything is this moment right now and there's no time. You know, it doesn't matter if you don't believe it. It's just how it works. It's like the law of attraction. You don't have to believe it, but it's how things work. You know, just because we're taught that everything happens to us, everything, you know, we're here and then everyone is separate and things happen and that's beyond our control. It's actually not, but it all starts with you. I'm not saying that you have to control it, but I'm just saying that if you are in alignment with who you are and you feel good, you can expect things to flow and to have to have a good life, essentially, because you're feeling good. That's just very easy. Know, too, that everything has a simple answer. It's not difficult at all. We make it difficult. That's how negative beliefs are designed. They are designed to close you in because they have to perpetuate themselves to survive and to keep this 3D reality alive. But negative beliefs are designed in such a way that they close you in, they feel like they surround you, and that you can actually not figure out why you believe that negative belief, so it can perpetuate itself. Positive beliefs are designed in such a way because they are you, actually, you are positive, so that's why they feel good too. Positive beliefs, they feel like expansion and love and joy and compassion, and they feel good, and you don't feel heavy, you know? Completely lost where I was. It's important to know that it's all very simple. Like I could say like, just feel good. That's it. That's actually the answer to everything. Just feel good and be in the moment. Done. You've got everything done. That's it. But negative beliefs are designed in such a way that you can't figure out why you believe them. That's why it feels difficult. Bam, bam, bam. Got the point back. Almost lost it, but got it back. I got my baby back, baby. I want my baby back. Jesus Christ, man. My neck is tense. Right. So, the most important thing that I want to give to you is my love. No, is your love to yourself, okay? It's easy to keep doing this to yourself, to keep identifying yourself with those thoughts and to just accept those thoughts as true because you've been doing it. And it's easy to give others advice and to say to others that they can love themselves and to just be on the sidelines of life and to feel like, Jesus Christ. And to feel like life is passing you by. It's easy, okay? But it's not the thing that you want. It's not the thing that that you should do. It's when you think about it, when you say it out loud, it doesn't make sense. It's actually kind of foolish. Even Eckhart Tolle would say it would be insane because the ego, the tactics of the ego or the negative beliefs are actually insane. If you could hear all of the thoughts that you would think, or sorry, excuse me, all the thoughts that you hear that are saying these things to you, if you could hear them out loud and like play them on your phone or something, you would think you're clinically insane and you might be clinically depressed, okay? But it's not right the way that you treat yourself. It's not right. I get it, okay? I get it, but when I think about it now, as I'm so different from who I used to be, I completely don't get it. It's weird. I know how much it hurts. I know that voice comes back. I actually, when I was editing my last episode, I saw myself doing this when I was talking. This. Midst talking. I cut it out, but I almost wanted to keep it in, but I cut it out because I was literally getting bombarded by thoughts. I was literally paralyzed like this. I never saw it on video before because it never happened on video, but it happened in real life, but I never caught it on video, and it was so weird to see. That's like kind of how powerful your thinking is, and your thoughts, they create your world, because your thoughts, they create your personality. And as we know, your personality creates your personal reality. We cannot deny that anymore. By accepting the fact that your thoughts create your entire life, you are taking the power of the outside world, which seems so hopeless sometimes, you're giving it back to yourself. You are then able to switch the dialogue around in your mind and to start loving yourself. And you just have to start with that, because I know that probably a lot of you, because I had this too, still have this sometimes, that when you finally feel good a little bit, something happens, you get triggered by something. It could be small, something really minuscule that happens, and your mind just starts to feel like guilty and like, oh, I don't deserve this. Oh, I should be, like, you're just back into that old thinking mode suddenly. And then kind of the anxiety starts about being in that, and then of course you fall back into that too. But it's all about you creating a safe space within your own mind, that it's safe for you to be who you want to be. And it's also about honoring all of the belief systems that you have. As I said in a different video, Bashar said that don't jump off the cliff if you're not ready to fly. If you want to quit your job, but a belief system in you deeply ingrained says that you need this job to pay your rent and your bills, don't quit your job, because then it will be harder to, if you hate your job, that is, but then it will be harder to to find a belief that feels good again, and to believe that you can just attract a new job, So honor your belief systems, and allow yourself to kind of take a chance in your life, or take a risk in your thinking. Maybe start saying to yourself, I do look good today. I am talented. I can be successful. I don't have to go to that social gathering. I am good enough. I can be comfortable around people. I can look people in the eye and not take their energy upon me. I can say what I want. I can be assertive. I can lay in bed all day and not feel guilty because nobody actually cares if you do. And just relax a little bit. I think we all need that. What you also really want to remember in order to love yourself more and to kind of allow yourself to just live instead of being in survival mode constantly. The first thing that I really did today was accepting everything. And I don't mean like just like, it's okay. It's great. And then going back to survival mode. I really, really mean like surrendering, not just accepting, surrendering to it. I surrendered to my headache today. I surrendered to my stomach aches today. I surrendered to whatever would happen today. I surrendered. And with that, you kind of like make space in your mind in order for the truth to come to light. Because you're just, like I had a quote on my quotes and poems page on Instagram, which says that you don't need to find a way. You just need to get out of the way. So by surrendering and accepting to the moment or to like a bodily dis-ease that you're feeling or to an irritating person, you clear the mind, you make the space, and you stop fighting against it, because fighting just adds fuel to the fire. You're saying that you don't want it, that you don't want to be depressed, or you don't want to have this type of body, or you don't want to feel uncomfortable, or you don't want to be around these people. But by doing that, you're just creating more of that, because Abraham Hicks says that it doesn't matter if you say yes to it, it doesn't matter if you say no to it, you're saying something to it, which just means you're saying yes to it. You're putting energy into it. You're adding fuel to the fire, and therefore creates more and more momentum, and therefore it creates itself in your life. And you're doing that. Especially when people say like, oh, I just had like I encountered so many irritating people today. Honey, that's all you. I don't care if you don't believe it. It's all you. It's you who's doing that. It's you who is being irritated by those people. Everything in the world is neutral, and it doesn't need any definitions, and it doesn't need to hurt you or influence you if you simply do not allow that. You don't actually have to get irritated by anyone, no matter how irritating they may be. Because if you don't take it personally, then it's not personal. If you don't put a definition on it, it's nothing. It's just something that happens. Let it that's like surrendering. It's okay. And yes, that's the key, Juliet. Surrendering means saying, it's okay that I feel this way. It's okay that I don't love myself. Oh my God. To me, this is such a realization. I know it's such a simple thing, okay? But sometimes you realize things on a deeper level. I'm having that right now. I'm having a little moment, okay? You have to surrender to yourself, basically. That's what you need to do. Surrender to yourself. I hate the way that I look. It's okay that I hate the way that I look. It strips the power away immediately. I have such a moment right now, like, oh my goodness. It's so nice. I feel like I found an answer for myself. I hope this is an answer for you too, right? Oh my God. It's like surrendering. It's just like saying it's okay that I feel this way. I know it's such cliche advice to say it's okay that I feel this way. But like, I am literally just like realizing this on another level right now. And I'm like, oh my God. Surrender to yourself. Every time you hear something in your mind, okay, say, it's okay that I feel this way. It's okay that I hate myself. Gosh, I wish I had longer nails and I could do, it's okay that I hate myself. It's okay that I get irritated by people. It's okay that I find you annoying. It's okay that I don't like my life. It's okay. And by doing that, you take the power away from it. You strip the power away, because a negative belief or a negative thing cannot perpetuate if it doesn't get your attention. If you're literally saying it's okay, means that you're indifferent to it. You don't need to ignore it. You don't need to avoid it. You just need to say it's okay. Also, another good thing, if you don't want to say it's okay all the time, is to just feel it, to not run away from it, because then you're also adding fuel to it, because you're persisting it. Sorry, you're resisting it. You know, you're like pushing against it. And then I actually like felt this distinction in my body. When I would avoid something, I would feel it like just bloop, being gone, but the energy would still be there. If you're, or if I would sit with it, feel it, and I was aware enough to, in my mind, say, okay, I'm just gonna feel it, it would kind of like dissipate or like transcend or like transmute is the better word, I guess. It would transmute. The energy would go through me like, oh, hallelujah. You know, it would be gone. Like Phoebe, just some aura flopping. You know, that's what it would be like. I could have had the microphone here all the time. Sorry. Figure it out fucking 35 minutes in. But saying it's okay takes the power away. That's the quote of the video. It allows you to open that space up in your mind and to start is being okay with where you are right now. Because as I said, it's what essentially it's all about. Sorry, let me just adjust, yes. Like life, it's about feeling good. It's about following your highest excitement all the time. It's about enjoying the moments in between, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Oh, that rhymed too. And we forget that because we're so wrapped up in the dialogue that we're used to from the past, and therefore creating more of the past and staying stuck. The feeling of being stuck in your habits comes from, well, basically being stuck in your habit. It comes from regurgitating the dialogue that happens in your mind constantly, because that is essentially saying, I'm stuck. Because everything in this world, every emotion that exists, this is a quote from Abraham Hicks that I'm remembering right now, but I'm remembering it wrong. Every negative emotion that exists because there is some kind of loss of freedom within there. Like every single emotion, and every time you feel like or you that you have a negative emotion, it's always like, oh, I'm stuck in this. I can't get out of this relationship, this job, this state of mind. It's always about not being able to let go. And that's why letting go is such a big thing in the manifesting and law of attraction community, and surrendering, because you're letting it go. You're regaining your freedom again. And that's why I also I put freedom on such an important, it's so important to me to be free. And I think that's why I want to start working for myself too and be self-employed. It's so important to have that type of freedom. And it's also human nature, isn't it, to be free and to go do what you want to do. I mean, it's so weird that we are born into this world and we have to pay for things. But I get it, and it's all fine, but it doesn't make sense. That's also kind of this loss of freedom, you know, that you're contained in this spot within this world, within this role, basically, that you have to play. And you cannot be yourself when you're in that role. It's being your job, or you're a wife or a husband or whatever, or spouse, and you have a role to play, and it feels limiting, you know. And we're not limiting. We're not limited. We're limitless. We are unlimited. And especially when you've never felt like you've loved yourself, it feels like the world can be such a disappointment. And you're so beautiful, because when you have experienced that type of pain, and the pain that goes so deep, you know so much, you've learned so much, and you probably won't ever judge anyone who's going through something, because you know how shitty it feels, and you know what it can do to a person. And you know that the end that you felt, and the hopelessness that you wouldn't wish upon anyone. And if someone says it, I'm like, well, not no one, you know. But You know what that feels like. You wouldn't judge anyone. And it's such a richness that you gain from it when you are out of it. You're going through this for a reason. And I know that you might not feel that way because the circumstances around you are still a certain type of way that you don't want them to be. But you also come to find out that it's not about that. The only reason why... Shit, my battery's dead. But the only reason why you feel that way is because you just don't believe that it could become greater and that you could have this life because you're still stuck in that person. But as I said, freedom is right around the corner, but you have to change the dialogue in your mind and you have to allow yourself to be that person, become that person. You can do that. So to all the depressed people who have never loved before, you can love. You're able to love and it all starts with you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode and have a nice day. Bye bye.